So, this is one topic that I really wanted to talk about before WrestleMania. The whole Roman Reigns pulling out of the show and just deciding that he's not doing WrestleMania because he has a compromised immune system because of his cancer. Um, One thing I just want to get out of the way right off the fucking bat is anyone who was crying that Roman Reigns was faking cancer, number one, you're a fucking idiot. You're just fucking stupid. You're completely inept. But number two, do you fucking believe him now? Like, is this what it finally took for people for these? Oh, he had cancer. He only did that so the WWE would get him over. You guys are so fucking idiotic. Like, I can't even completely express how stupid the people that were making these allegations were or are to this day. But the fact of the matter is this: Roman Reigns was scheduled for one of the biggest wins of his career at WrestleMania, and he pulled out of it because he was afraid that he would catch coronavirus because of his compromised immune system and because he is more likely to be further damaged by this virus than anything else, and because the idiotic Miz decided to show up to work sick. Like, is this what it finally took for people to finally believe him? That's fucking ridiculous. The people that said that Roman Reigns was faking cancer are fucking retarded and deserve to burn in hell. Anyway, as far as my thoughts on the whole match, the replacement, and all that goes, in my opinion, what they should have done, they should have just made it a triple threat with the Fiend and John Cena. At that point, I don't know if I would have had the Fiend win the belt, because one thing that people don't understand about the Fiend is that the ones that were crying that he lost the belt too soon, that he was buried by Goldberg, that he's ruined, he's never gonna be the same. No, the characters like the Fiend do not need to win the belt. I think the Undertaker's like a 5 or 6 time world champion. Does anyone accuse the Undertaker of not being over or fucking being buried at any point? No, it's just not. It's just not true. Because the fact of the matter is, when you have these supernatural characters, they don't need the belt. Their matches are attractions on their own. The problem with Bray Wyatt and the Fiend is that people will seldom admit to themselves is the fact that he's overplayed and he's kind of gotten stale. He's kind of stayed in the same state. When he first came out, yeah, everyone was digging it. I was digging it. A lot of the smarts were digging it, and it was good. The problem with the Fiend is he's just kind of stayed stagnant. Like, it doesn't feel like he's done anything different from the time that he won the belt up until now. That's the real problem that you should have with the Fiend. And I think that they should have done a triple threat match, just because you're not just putting a random against Goldberg. And I understand that Goldberg on his own is a big draw, but Braun Strowman? Like, Braun Strowman is another one. He's just like, it's hard to put a finger on it because Braun Strowman doesn't completely suck, but they've given you no reason to care about him. And I just feel bored when Braun Strowman comes out on screen now. Like, he could do all this cool shit, but at the end of the day, the WWE hasn't given you any reason to believe that he can win the big one. And at the end of the day, they're putting him in the position to win the big one. And now I'm kind of expecting Goldberg to keep the belt. And I think they should have Goldberg keep the belt, to be honest with you, because that the whole spectacle that I think adds to Brock Lesnar is the fact that he's not there every week. And I think that's what damages the Fiend, is that he's there every single week and he's kind of overburning his character. Like, me and MTO would talk about this when he first debuted, is that this character is something that is in danger of getting old quick because of oversaturation or overexposure is what I'm trying to say. And now you look at someone like, if you keep Goldberg and Brock Lesnar as the champions, and I know that Drew McIntyre is going to win the belt, that's why I made that video yesterday. But if you keep Goldberg as the champion, you still have that aura of having that belt, but you're not overexposing it. You know what I mean? Like, if you have Braun Strowman win the belt, this is the exact same thing as Drew McIntyre. He's going to fail too. It's just random. It's out of nowhere. He has no momentum. The fans don't really care for him anymore. He just lost a fucking match to Sami Zayn last month, and now I'm supposed to believe he could beat Goldberg? Like, Goldberg takes shits bigger than Sami Zayn, and I'm supposed to believe that Braun Strowman's just going to beat him after being handed a title match at WrestleMania. No. If anything, Goldberg needs to retain the belt and then go from there. Honestly, at this point, the way that everything's set up, and you guys are all kinds of fucked. And to be honest with you, the WWE should start postponing their shows. They shouldn't rush this shit because this is just gonna end up fucking themselves in the long run. Is just have Goldberg retain and go from there. Go week to week, day to day, just like you have been doing, just like you don't really have the choice to be doing. And to be honest with you, if you keep the belt on Goldberg, postponing the shows makes even more sense because you don't have to pay Goldberg to keep showing up. Like it just writes itself. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, the whole Roman Reigns thing, good for him. That just goes to show everyone that he didn't just fucking fake cancer like you guys really, 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 really want to fucking believe. He was legitimately ill and is afraid of becoming ill again because of the bad repercussions that could result. So he decided to pull himself out of WrestleMania. I don't understand where people could have an issue with it. I don't think I've seen people have an issue with it. If I'm wrong, please let me know. I would love to read some of these comments and shit on some of these people. But bottom line, you need to have Goldberg win because Braun Strowman is in serious jeopardy of being another type of just throw the belt on him and see what happens. Like what happened with Ambrose, like what's going to happen with Drew. I mean, I guess they did build Seth Rollins up last year, but the problem is that they didn't do anything with him after. But Braun Strowman is like going to be right in that same category. They can't have him win because that'll just not only would it ruin him, I think it would just make the whole main event scene on SmackDown uninteresting. Even though Braun Strowman does cool things on TV, it gets to a point where you just don't care anymore. It's not like a thing with like the Big Show with like Kane where they would book them so bad for like a period of time and then they would be back and it would be like, okay, that's believable. The reason for it is because we've seen them do things. We've seen them win the big one. Where with Strowman we haven't. And you could say, oh, well, you're being a hypocrite. Like, you don't want him to win the big one, yet this is his chance to redeem himself. No, it doesn't work like that. You can't just win the world title and now you won the big one. Now you're the proven established star. That's not how it works. That's not how wrestling works. You can lie to yourself and tell yourself that that's how wrestling works, but that's not how it works. Anyway, again, daily uploads. I might double upload. This shit's actually kind of fun. I forgot how fun it was to make videos. But yeah, keep leaving your requests down below, and I will continue to talk about wrestling up until WrestleMania. A little side here there. All right, guys. Later.